All right, the tone with your defense, guys. We got to establish something right now, guys. We got to play harder than anybody.
Tone with your defense.
Iverson right side to Hill in the right corner. McKee, 3 to shoot, goes to the hoop, lays it in, and draws the foul. The celebration has begun, and the Sixers on their way back to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1983.
The Philadelphia 76ers return to the NBA Finals after almost 2 decades was no accident.
Good, George. Right now. Back screen. Good. Cut, Speedy.
They had followed a simple plan, build their team around a single brilliant star. What was less simple, that star was Allen Iverson.
4-on-1 for the Sixers. Iverson, feet behind the back.
From the day he entered the league, he drew comparisons to the league's reigning legends.
What's up, man? What's up, man? How you feel?
And he responded with a new generation confidence that brought instant controversy.
Iverson has Jordan. The crowd is into it. Allen shakes free, gets 2!
I don't want to be Michael Jordan. I don't want to be Magic. I don't want to be Bird or Isaiah. I don't want to be any of those guys. You know, when my career is over, I'm going to look in the mirror and say I did it my way.
And it was often the hard way. In high school, Allen had been jailed and then pardoned in a bowling alley brawl. And even when he was chosen first in the NBA draft, people refused to let go of his past. He quickly became one of the league's highest profile players and poster boy for the brash hip-hop superstar. No matter how well he played, it was Iverson's image that had become the story. But for Allen, it was simple. He was just being true to himself.
I don't wear a suit before and after a game, and I'm not clean cut, and I get knocked for that. So all of a sudden I cut all my hair off and wear suits. Are you gonna love me then? I'm still gonna be the same person.
People think because he has cornrows, and might be because he's black and from the hood, that he's bad.
I've never run into an athlete who had a bigger chip on his shoulder. Here was a guy who really had a streak of anger about him.
I can't stand the media. Like one of my worst enemies, man.
Antisocial, uncaring, unfeeling, selfish, all of the things, all of the pejoratives you can think of. Probably a lot of people thought applied to Allen Iverson.
Despite public pressure to change his image and distance himself from those who had shaped him, Allen stood firm.
The one thing that you liked about him was the one thing you were most concerned about with him, was that he was incredibly loyal. And I always thought loyalty was a good quality in people.
I always put my family and friends before anything else. That's just the way I am. You know, if I'm wrong and feeling that way, then obviously I'm going to die that way. That's just the way I'm going to be.
Let's go, let's get it on, baby, let's get it on. Get it done, baby. From the start. 1, 2, 3, play on.
As long as he led his team to victory, Iverson felt that his performance should speak for itself.
Iverson all the way for 2! Oh, it's a beautiful thing!
But even he couldn't completely keep his lifestyle separate.
I didn't come to practice because I was out all night. You know, I hang out all night, all the time. I'm satisfied who I am. You know, if I could start all over, I'd rather be me than anybody else, regardless of how people look at me. Until I'm finished playing basketball, I'll never cross over. You know, cut my hair, get clean cut, just being fake. I never do that, because I would be lying to myself.
In Iverson's first year, the Sixers had won only 22 games. Veteran coach Larry Brown was brought in to point him in the right direction. The combination would be explosive. Brown was known as an intense motivator. He was a stickler for fundamentals in search of basketball perfection.
Your man is helping on every play. You got to be a man and catch the ball and make a play.
I am searching for perfection. I don't think you have the right to continue to coach if you're not trying to get better, because you have such a responsibility being a coach to help other people.
That quest had led Brown on a coast-to-coast basketball odyssey.
It truly is a new era. It's a new era because we have an outstanding new coach in Larry Brown.
This is an amazing situation.
Bedlam reigns here in Kansas City as the Jayhawks beat the Sooners.
I thought that I'd be at Kansas for a long time, and never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I'd have an opportunity to come down here and coach. I just hope I'll be around for a long time.
And the Los Angeles Clippers are on their way to the playoffs for the first time.
I would really like to find a permanent place, and I don't think you could find a better situation than being in Indiana. I'm leaving because I think it's time to move on. If I could change some of my decisions, I would have liked to have been able to stay at one place, but it didn't work out.
For almost 30 years, he'd gone from team to team.
I don't think we're moving the ball quickly enough. You know, we're kind of aiming it and we're a little tentative. Just play your game.
He'd win and move on in his search for basketball perfection.
Play harder than them. Harder than them. 1, 2, 3.
He's a teacher, and he would just make people do things the right way.
And now you get George. You're right back in it.
A fundamentalist, a perfectionist, do things over and over and over until you get it.
Make your best play. I don't care if we mess up. You won't. All right? He don't want to guard you. All right? He don't want to be on the court with you.
He wouldn't take no for an answer. He would get more out of them than they had any idea they possibly could give.
In 1997, Brown's journey brought him to Philadelphia and Allen Iverson.
I know the right way to play, and I'm not afraid to tell the players to do that. I didn't want to come here.
We got to get some stops up the floor. And on the break, guys, we're in goddamn swing. We've lost the ball about 5 times dribbling and just throwing up some, or jumping in the air.
I didn't like the team or the personnel or the way they played.
We're not getting any movement. All right, we got to get people moving and guys cutting.
I didn't like the way Allen played. My goal was to try to get us to become a team and to play unselfishly, to try to respect the game and their teammates. With the personnel we had, I didn't think that was possible.
Brown's tenure was rocky from the start. Larry pushed his plan, and Allen pushed back.
We don't wait. We're not waiting.
I was not trying to wait. I was not waiting. I didn't know where the screen was at.
Over the next 3 years, lottery picks Jerry Stackhouse, Tim Thomas, and Larry Hughes were shipped elsewhere. Almost everything had changed, except Brown and Iverson.
There were times when he wouldn't practice, wouldn't show up, was constantly late, and it was something that, you know, caused me a lot of anguish. I didn't know how I could deal. I'm tired of everybody talking about my relationship with Allen Iverson. I wonder what your relationship would be with any employee that you might have who doesn't choose to come to work on time or doesn't choose to come to work at all.
Yeah, I was late for practice, but believe me, the times that I heard the stuff, I mean, nobody will put up with that. I mean, and I'm not even brave enough to miss that many practices. And they made it seem like people made it. Come on, man.
How many did you miss?
I don't know. I wasn't counting, but people made it seem like I didn't even come to practice.
When you got 2 bulls and you put them in a cage together, something's going to happen.
By the summer of 2000, it seemed like Iverson and Brown had locked horns for the last time.
And we tried to trade him. It was over. He was gone. I mean, it reached a point where there was no way this team could continue.
I'm not hurt by that. I'm still doing what I want to do. I'm playing on the team I want to play for. I'm trying to contribute, you know. I'm not hurt by that. I mean, I'm not hurt by that at all.
Both men claimed their feelings were not hurt, and both felt one of them had to go. During the summer of 2000, everyone expected Allen Iverson to be traded, including Larry Brown and Allen Iverson.
I didn't expect him back. I wouldn't have come back. And none of Allen's teammates wanted to continue.
All summer long, I didn't know. I woke up scared every morning, not knowing that if I was at another team or not.
And the offseason was ugly. It was truly ugly. I mean, coach didn't want Allen, and Allen didn't want the coach.
With at least one trade killed by salary cap problems, Allen was still a Sixer by summer's end.
Allen was angered by the trade rumors, especially the one to the LA Clippers. He was humiliated.
But if they had any chance of coexisting, something had to change.
I did go down and meet with Allen in his home turf, and then we had conversations on the telephone when I told him he was going to be traded, that he realized, oh. And I told him, he told me how he could change everything. Do it! You have full control. No one has better job security on the world or in this planet than him. But you gotta follow the coach's rules.
I want to be right here where I'm at, where people love me and I love these people.
Brown and Iverson agreed to give it one more chance. The trade talks were ended, and Iverson was named a captain.
This is going to be the most important year of my career because, all eyes on me this year. Everybody wants to see if I can be the captain, if I can be a leader, if I can be a professional besides just playing basketball. And I'm up for the task.
When he told me that he realized that he was the one who could make the changes, that made me feel like it would work.
Philly opened the season 10-0. Their grand plan was finally unfolding. Iverson was phenomenal, and players like Aaron McKie, Eric Snow, Theo Ratliff, and Tyrone Hill filled the supporting roles.
With Allen and the way he played, I thought they would be perfect additions to our ball club. They're selfless, they do their job every single night. Their only concern is the team and the team's success.
Brown had rescued his role players from obscurity, and they were dedicated to his unselfish concept.
And we're right here. I just play. Look, the effort's great. Some games happen like this. We just figure a way, guys. Just keep playing.
Here's a guy who's taken players off the benches in 4 or 5 different teams and put them in a starting role.
Find me another group of 11 players on a 12-man roster who are willing to let the one guy take 30, 35, if necessary, 40 shots. These guys don't mind.
On the court, everything seemed perfect as the Sixers ran out to the league's best record. But under the surface, the same old conflicts raged. As early as preseason, a rap song, 40 Bars, from Iverson had already caused controversy.
You want to be the captain of this team. You've just come out with this rap CD that has offended women, homosexuals, people in the city, people with kids.
If you're a hardcore hip-hop fan, then this album is for you. If you don't care about hardcore gangster rap, just don't buy it.
I can't control Allen Iverson's outside world. You know I can't. I mean, I've been here 4 years, so is he. So, no, that's he's a man, and he has other wishes, loves, dreams outside being an NBA All-Star and winning an NBA championship, and I can't control that.
And the more out of control Iverson seemed, the tighter Brown pulled on the team's reins.
And then when he gets off, then you three-quarter. Hey, Matt, come on over here. God damn. Look.
On December 15th, it all came to a head after a bad loss to the Mavericks. Brown walked away from the team.
He went off on the team after the Dallas game. He went off on the team hard, and he needed some time to resolve some personal issues.
We were 18-6, best record in the league, in first place in the East. And he's going to take a hiatus because he wants to reflect on his coaching position after a team meeting where Allen said some candid words and issues were discussed. My words were, Larry, you can't walk away. You've created this team around your likeness.
But this time, Croce's persuasiveness wasn't enough.
I needed some time off. I was getting close to being burned out, so there was some concern on my part about whether I wanted to continue to do it.
Finally, it was up to Brown's own hand-picked role players to try to reach him.
veteran players, several players, said, Coach, we would appreciate it if you would back off a little bit. We're doing everything you ask. We're trying as hard as we can. We're having success. Back off a little bit.
We had a meeting in Chicago, and we got a lot of things squared away, and I told him, man, this ship is not going to move without him. The turning point for us was Coach Brown gave a little bit, Allen gave a little bit.
Hearing from the team finally made a difference. Larry and Allen seemed to reach a meeting of the minds.
Before we had differences, it was, just fight each other over. And now we had differences. Let's just work it out and make sure we do the best for this team.
Our league is about you guys.
By the All-Star break, the Sixers had the conference's best record, giving Brown the honor of coaching the East.
And try to kick their ass, but try to do it playing the right way.
Iverson was named the All-Star Game's MVP. It was like a love fest.
Where's my coach? My coach, Coach Brown. Is he around? This is a tribute to Coach Brown, my teammates, my family, my friends.
The feeling had never been stronger for Brown that the time was now. So when center Theo Ratliff got hurt, he pulled the trigger on a blockbuster deal for Dikembe Mutombo.
For 3 straight days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was a trading deadline. I called and met with Larry Brown every day. I said, you sure about this? Is this exactly what you want to do? Why do you want to do this?
The window is open. It may never be open like this again. We're going for it now. Why wait? We may never have this chance again. Go for it.
Brown quickly fit Mutombo into his system. The Sixers finished with the best record in the Eastern Conference. Fatefully, the team they would face in the first round of the playoffs was the Pacers. From 1993 to 97, Larry Brown had coached Indiana and was unable to guide them to the finals.
Sometimes being a coach is like being a second lieutenant in a combat zone. Eventually you're going to get shot. I didn't accomplish what I was hired to do.
And the 3 seasons after he left, he watched them eliminate the Sixers from the playoffs twice and go to the finals without him.
Larry Brown said it was a tough series for him.
With the Pacers, Brown had been accused of stifling his players.
I was demanding too much at that time. I knew we weren't going to win, and I was unrealistic. So they did tune me out.
It was a claim he had confronted again in Philadelphia. When the stakes rose, Brown squeezed harder. And as the Sixers prepared to open the playoffs against the Pacers, his intensity was rising.
Indiana, there was a hunger there that I hadn't really ever seen before, just to beat them.
We had to win in Indiana. We had to beat Indiana. We had this big yellow monkey on our back.
A good start would have eased the pressure, but Philadelphia blew an 18-point lead. Reggie Miller hit a last-second shot to beat them in Game 1 on their own home floor.
Reggie for 3. Miller, a 3. Bang! Reggie Miller knocks it down, and this place is absolutely stunned.
Larry Brown seemed ready to explode, and his team couldn't help but feel it too.
Right now, Indiana they just got our number. Simple as that. You can't even reword it any better. They have our number.
That mood after the game was just, everybody was just so quiet. Coach was upset. We were throwing garbage cans.
Few first-round games hold the weight of the season. This one carried the pressure of 4. From the day Larry Brown came to Philadelphia, skeptics waited for a moment like this to watch him crack. But Brown would disappoint them.
Let's go, yo. We got to get back on track, man. Yeah, I'm right. Forget what just happened. Let's just go from here on out.
Larry Brown didn't make an impassioned pregame speech. He made adjustments, and the Sixers executed.
Iverson, yes!
I think this was a great coach game from my coach. You just wouldn't believe the turnaround that we had. Coach put in so many things to help me tonight. You wouldn't believe it, you know, to see the type of stuff that he counteracted with. I mean, I just learned a lot more about Larry Brown tonight as a coach.
The rest of the series might as well have been an epilogue. For all the pledges of respect he and Allen had made to each other, this series spoke louder than words.
He kept telling us over and over, you know, over and over, think about winning, think about winning. And, you know, obviously, that was the only thing on our mind.
I think it was important because I think it kind of closed another chapter in his book. You know, the way he left Indiana and, you know, all of the talk they were saying about him and relationship with some of his players in Indiana. And now he can, you know, let that rest and he can move on.
The next team the 76ers faced was Vince Carter's Toronto Raptors. This was also significant. Iverson's most memorable moment early in his career was schooling Michael Jordan. Vince was hailed as MJ's second coming. From Jordan's own University of North Carolina, he was the clean-cut, crowd-pleasing mainstream superstar that Iverson would never be.
NBA reading mark.
The dramatic setup was perfect.
I love you with so much heart. I'm gonna pass it on to you, baby. It's gonna be wrong, right?
From the start, the series would become a duel between Carter and Iverson.
Iverson for three. Down it goes!
And predictably, Iverson was cast as the villain.
Vince Carter says if the little guy can do it, hey, I can do it.
Wow. That's all I can say. Carter again for three. Man,
holy cow! He can't miss.
This is unbelievable. It really is.
He was taking you to town and you guys couldn't stop him.
You're right. You saw the game just like everybody else. You're right. I mean, ask the question. You saw that. I saw that.
Is there a way to stop him from that?
No, man. If there was, we would have did it.
But as the much smaller Iverson matched Carter by sheer force of will, the storyline began to change.
Iverson, 2 to go for the lead. Yes!
Without even realizing it, Iverson was making his most persuasive case for acceptance on his own terms.
Allen Iverson has scored the Sixers' last 19 straight points.
And as the team split the first 4 games, even sports fans outside of Philly found themselves doing something they never thought they would, rooting for Allen Iverson.
52 points for Iverson. He is the man.
The kid's come a long, long way. You see the trouble he was in last year and all the negative about him. This year it's all positive.
He's dedicated to winning. Whatever it takes, he'll do it. I think he just grew up and he realized there's a lot more out there when you be nice. If you're not nice, nobody likes you.
Had Iverson changed, or just people's opinions of him? And did it matter?
When you see the way people react to him, it's kind of nice. You don't look at the tattoos or the cornrows. You just look at what's inside of him.
Before Game 5, he was crowned the league's most valuable player.
Every time I come in this gym, in this arena, I hear my favorite song. You know, y'all voices. So it's time for y'all to play that song. Let's make this noise and get this party jumping.
During Game 5, he played like the MVP, scoring 52. Afterwards, no one was talking about rap singles and cornrows.
Here's Iverson for three, and he did it again!
And the little guy, the MVP, trots to the sideline, asking from the fans, let me hear you.
Allen
Brown, a lot of people affectionately refer to you as the little guy, but could you come up any bigger for your team than you did this evening?
I hope I can. I always play with my heart. You know, I play with my heart first, you know, because I feel like that's all I got.
All right, congratulations. Thanks for treating us to one of the all-time great playoff performers.
Thanks, Dick.
Game 6 went to Vince and the Raptors, with Carter scoring 39. Iverson was ready for Game 7.
And then if you can't get going in this type of game, there's a problem, man.
Toronto double-teamed and bullied him all over the court.
Iverson went down so hard, he has a hurt back, and he is grimacing in pain.
Hurt and tired, Iverson still found an answer, with some help from Brown.
Allen, I must tell you again, when they double, you got to go into some kind of passing game. The ball has to move.
Iverson, Allen on the right side, Giles guarding him. Allen with a jab step, picks up the foot, now moves the dribble. Here's the right baseline jumper by Jones. Got it! Great feed by Iverson. He's a passing machine.
Iverson would hand out a career-high 16 assists, and the game would come down to a final shot.
Sixers by a point, 88-87. Here we go. Antonio Davis will screen. Curry will play in. Curry looking for Carter. Carter runs it on the near side. He stops. He shoots. His shot is up. It's off the rim. And the Sixers advance to the Eastern Conference Finals as Vince Carter misses a shot.
Iverson had outdueled Vince Carter on a national stage. It wasn't hard to see how much had changed.
The thing that I'm proud of him is learning how to play. He was a kid that was so competitive, wanted to play 1 against 5 every possession. You know, I just see his game developing, and he wants to win so badly. He's such an unbelievable competitor, and I'm learning a lot about him.
The answer is in the building.
Who the hell is the answer?
I don't know.
Okay. Oh, the answer. I'm sorry.
Against the Raptors, Iverson had had the answer for every challenge. But going into the conference finals against the Milwaukee Bucks, the answer's health was in question. And Philadelphia had always made it clear that he was their one indispensable part. All season long, Philly's role players had lived in Iverson's shadow, suffered through the conflicts, and struggled with the whispers that they weren't good enough to help him get to the finals.
I'm the all-star on this team. You know, I'm the one. If we win, you know, they go after me. And if we lose, they go after me. You know, and my teammates, you know, they just have to play ball and just help me.
The question now was, would they be there when Iverson suddenly turned to them for help?
You see Eric Snow playing with a screw in his leg and a broken bone, with Dikembe with a broken finger, Aaron with a possible rotator cuff injury. That's why we're here, because of the character of all those players.
After splitting the first 2 games in Philadelphia, the question became even more urgent. Iverson would be unable to play in Game 3.
It's sore as hell. Yeah, but only, see, I started cramping up real bad.
You know, this team has been through a lot, so, you know, this is nothing. All we know how to do is just go out and play hard.
Without Iverson, the Sixers were treated like a lottery team as everyone expected the Bucks to beat them easily in Game 3. Instead, they almost pulled off the upset and delivered a message not lost on anyone.
I've never been around anything like this. I'm just proud of just being on this team, man. It just makes me feel good about competing in the next game.
With Iverson back, the Sixers beat the Bucks in 7, thanks to key contributions from the role players.
Snow with 6 to shoot. Takes the outside jumper from the left. It's in! My goodness! Tim, how about that with Eric Snow? Not Allen Iverson, Eric Snow!
I was looking at his x-rays today and was just sitting there just shaking my head, knowing he got a screw in his foot already. And I was just saying to myself, I'm just glad to be a part of something like this, man. That's special to have teammates like that. Hey, yo, man. Y'all boys ain't no joke, man. I love y'all, man. I love y'all. Hey, yo, that's a team, man. That's a team right there, baby. Woo!
The Sixers were going to the finals for the first time in 18 years. And for Larry Brown, it meant even more.
This coach's first time, man. Let's make it a good one, baby. Let's make it a good one, man. 1, 2, 3. Play hard!
The defending champion Los Angeles Lakers had gone undefeated in the playoffs. For them, the finals were a party being thrown in their own house. Even though the Sixers were the first team in league history to capture the awards for Coach of the Year, Sixth Man, Defender, and MVP in the same season, the Lakers still dismissed their championship aspirations and stated that Shaq, not Iverson, should have been MVP. The Sixers' response was typically candid.
In spite of what Phil Jackson may think, Shaq would be no more valuable to this team, than this little kid. And he has to overcome so much. I think statements like that in defense of his player, who I think is phenomenal, really tick me off. But when you win all those championships, you can say what the hell you want, I guess.
Go, finish him up. I'm not a hater, but the cake crusader blocking my dough.
Let's get serious, get focused, execute.
Let's get dirty. Let's get dirty.
The Sixers' biggest advantage was their toughness. But as Game 1 began, the Lakers simply overpowered them. Down by 13 before the game had barely begun, the Sixers were fighting uphill again.
Here's Fox down to Florida. O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal with a right-hand jam.
The Lakers are on a roll again, folks.
Look, hey, it's like showtime for them guys, but we got to understand, we got to meet their energy. All right, we got no movement. We're not putting bodies on guys. We're too soft, all right? So we got to pick up with 5 men.
Brown and the Sixers made adjustment after adjustment in perfect tandem.
Hey, guys, this is a long-ass game. We got to get all second shots. We got to get all loose balls. We got to match their energy. Come on. Calm down, guys. All is on them. They're supposed to win. We ain't even supposed to be here.
Iverson on the move against Fisher to the line, around O'Neal. Right-hand scoop is good.
We got to pressure their ass up the floor. Allen, on these shots, get your hands on the ball. These two guys will run their ass off, right? We got to do it with defense.
Steal by Iverson. Back on Bryant. Easy layup.
Oh, boy, guys, we got to win it. 12 minutes. Let's win the game now. Let's go. Right. 12 win the game. Hey, get your heads up. We're up 2 points. Let's go. All right, we didn't finish it out very good. We're all right.
Even with Shaq pounding them for 41 points in regulation and Tyronn Lue hounding Iverson, the Sixers somehow managed to push the game into overtime.
Head and shoulder and foot space. Dribble drive, bounce the ball in the corner. He gets it back out of it. Iverson for 3. Got it!
Take a deep breath and understand we got 5 minutes to get one up on these. All right? 5 minutes. Let's go. Every rebound, every long rebound, every loose ball.
Overtime played out like a recurring nightmare as the Lakers immediately took control.
This is championship defense right now. The 76ers cannot run a play.
No one had ever questioned Larry Brown or Allen Iverson's talent. But now, undermanned and exhausted, they would make a statement about their character.
It's Sixers basketball as Lou misses for the first time tonight. McKee kicks it open, Iverson.
Here's Allen Iverson outside the arc. He tees up a 3. It's good. He drilled it. A 3 by Allen Iverson. 1 minute to go in overtime. What a comeback here. The Lakers had the Sixers on the ropes. They come fighting out of the corner.
Here's Iverson. Lou, the defender, stays right with him. Allen wants to go, wants the baseline.
He fires 2 ball, got it again. He's way too good. He steps around Lou and drilled it.
Trust yourself. Hey, all we have to do is play 10 seconds. All right, and Eric and Allen get open.
Sixers with 8 seconds to shoot. Bell on the move against Ori. Raja back out top to Snow. 3 to shoot, a runner by Eric is up. It's good! The Snowman delivers!
What a spirited comeback in OT by the 76ers.
Unbelievable. And that's the way they have played all season, all through these playoffs. You think you've got them down, and they just keep coming at you.
They can put the brooms away. We ain't do nothing yet. We got a long way to go. We got a long way to go. They can put the brooms up, though. Ain't gonna do none of that. Come on, Ty. It's us, man. We came too far, man. It's us, baby. That's right. Come on, man. Bro. We ain't win nothing, man. We got a long ways to go. Keep working, man. We ain't do nothing.
How you like LA?
Love LA, man. That's where the stars at. That's where the stars are born.
I heard that, but
they're born in Virginia too.
The Sixers barely had time to enjoy their victory in Game 1 when they got the sobering news that Aaron McKie had broken his ankle. Still, for Philly, this was as good as it got.
Yeah, when I met you, he was like 17, man, young boy, shy. Now he's 26 years old, NBA MVP, big man on campus.
Hey, we're gonna just loosen up a little bit and kind of figure out some things in the half court and then do some shooting. If you can't do anything, just get rest.
The fact that Aaron McKie's trying to play and Eric Snow's playing and George Lynch is running just tells you a little bit about what this team's about.
I got the chance to throw back.
I'm screening. Am I screening right there? Like
you can screen or come off, either way.
Because it opened everything up if I said that on back screen. I'm 26 years old today, and I felt like, you know, I've done a lot of growing, just learning from my mistakes to trying to get better.
Dear Alan, happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Make a wish.
Look, let's have a nice flight home by kicking somebody's ass. As long as we play hard, play this game like it's our last, we can look each other in the mirror, man.
Hey, let's go, baby. The confidence is down. Let's keep them down.
We can look
Great
at
opportunity.
The Sixers' good feeling carried them for a little less than a half in Game 2.
Here's Iverson down the middle of the lane. He shakes by Fisher. Scoop layup. Yes! What a play by Iverson. A whirling dervish.
By halftime, the Lakers were up 49-47. And in the fourth quarter, LA went up by as many as 12.
The Sixers are in deep trouble.
Now, I'm not going to see everything, all right? So we're going to time. I'm telling you, if I see something's a foul, I'm going to blow the whistle, all right? I'm just trying to say, stay in your game, I'll stay in mine, let's go.
Hey, guys, I don't know what the hell is going to happen this game, but we got a series, all right? We got to figure out how to play better.
A last desperate charge cut the lead to 2.
Behind the back move. Backs up. 18-footer up and good. What a sweet shot by Allen Iverson.
And this a team that just refuses to go away.
But in the end, the Lakers had the victory.
Back outside and Fisher's three. There it is.
And the Sixers were left only with their bravado.
Look at Iverson and Kobe talking to each other right now.
I'm telling him we're going to win it, and he's saying they're going to win it. Everything's been kind of easy for those guys. They've been beating up on everybody, and we put them in a war. Nobody going to just walk over top of us. Won't happen.
As the series shifted to Philadelphia, the Sixers ready to face the defining test of their season. All their plans had pointed to this moment, and the entire city seemed to resonate with their hopes. If the Sixers' dreams were to come true, Game 3 in Philadelphia was the time.
I see a parade and it's in bright living color, starting up in North Philadelphia and then coming around City Hall down into South Philly with floats and motorcycle cops and Ann Iverson in a float. 5 million people, 20 deep. I really see it, I feel it. It's got to happen.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Bless my son, keep him safe, and let him win this game. Please, God, I'm asking you in your name. Amen. You want to get hit up? Yeah. Douse. Double dose.
A win here would keep them in the series. A loss would be crushing.
A lot of people didn't even think we would be here, but it's about heart.
The Sixers played one of their most courageous games of the season. Every time the Lakers tried to put them away, they came back stronger.
Iverson cuts back, goes down the paint for the layup, is good.
The competitive instincts of this Sixers
In the end, it came down to a single possession. Down by 1 with just under a minute to go and Shaq having fouled out, all they had to do was stop the Lakers and take the lead.
Late in the clock, no gambling. And if you can't grab a rebound, tip it. Hey, let's execute right, all right? Don't bail their ass out.
But ultimately, LA simply had too many weapons.
The open man. He'll kick it to Horry. Horry will take it. The three. Oh! Robert Horry in the face of Philadelphia. And the Los Angeles Lakers go up 2 victories to 1.
Making it even worse, suddenly there were reports that Larry Brown was planning on leaving the team at the end of the season.
Are you planning to leave coaching after this series is over?
Well, I appreciate you asking me that. Because I've had some health problems, because I've gone 2 years without a break. So let me get through this year, and then we'll see what happens.
All the Philadelphia 76ers' hopes had rested on this season. It was their championship drive that had brought them together. And now, with their loss in Game 3, they had to face the fact that it was all but over.
This team has overcome more than any team I've ever been involved with. But it all starts with the little kid.
We are different in a lot of ways. But I think we're the same far as wanting to win.
Philly wouldn't win another game, and the Lakers would take the series in 5. But instead of tearing the Sixers apart, it seemed to bring them closer together.
He's tried this year every game to do what I've asked. Has probably been the most satisfying thing about this whole process. He's being talked about as a basketball player and not as a renegade kind of kid.
He's a great motivator. You know, he's somebody that you want to go out there and bust your ass for 48 minutes.
Alan, you all right? Yeah. Hey, love your effort. Come on, that's great.
Sixers starting to feel their season slipping away.
It took a lot for him, to try to understand me as a person, and for myself to try to understand him as a person.
I think it's the greatest story in sports because I didn't know him well enough, or take the time maybe to really know what he's about. I think as a coach, a lot of times I didn't spend enough time trying to know what players were about and to understand that maybe their way of showing them emotion or trying to win or trying to be competitive was a little different than mine. I think he's opened my eyes to that.
He's helped me so much since he's been my coach. It's been amazing. I mean, a lot of the success that I've been having is a tribute to him.
Lakers are up on the bench. They can all smell it now. They know all they got to do is just hang on.
We did this together, me and him, and that's what it continued to be, just us. I'm not saying that, we're not gonna have any more bumps in the road. Everything's gonna be peaches and cream, but I feel like our relationship has gotten so much better that any little bump in the road is not going to, stop our car from moving.
And there it is. They have put him away. You can start the party out in Los Angeles. This baby's headed for the history books.
I'm thrilled with his growth and what he's been able to accomplish, but I still think it can get better.
You said you might need some time off. What did you mean by that?
Oh, I don't want to talk about that now, David. Let's talk about how proud I am of my team. This team taught me that, you get a group of guys with character, you can accomplish great things.
Larry, what does your gut tell you?
My gut tells me, like I always say, I'm going to smell my kids and hug my wife, and, I'll do what's right. You know, the bottom line is I've been in this for over 30 years as a coach on just about every level, and you know, I want to enjoy this.